Hi, boys and girls. Thursday, the 12th day of October, 7:06 a.m. My eyes are hurting this morning. I ain't getting no sleep. Got a Deus 2 out here with a 9-inch coil. And you know, a lot of these other detectors, well, some models don't even have a disc. You notice that? Equinox, Manicore, doesn't have a disc setting per se. Even, I guess you could say the E-Track and CTX don't really have a disc setting. And, you know, you can maybe be misled with this detector right here. The old Deus 2 has a disc. So, question is notch and disc, do they have the same effects when using this metal detector in the wild? Well, I'm going to let you watch this video and you can make up your own mind, okay? Now I'm going to do two tests here. I'll do one with a US nickel and a nail. I'll get a different nail. We're going to look at this one here right now, okay? Mercury silver diamond, part of an old colonial nail on that block of wood there, is there for coil height management, okay? You see that there? And the only program we're going to look at on this machine is sensitive FT. Silencer is going to be dialed to 1. We'll look at it first with a traditional 6.8 factory disc. Full tones. Speed has been lowered to 2.5. Audio response is 5. No notch. Currently, I even removed the factory notch. Silencer, like I said, 1. Full tones, 5 is offset, no bottle cap. Alright, 90 sensitivity. What do we get here? You hear that? So we've got signal. We've got a 7 in a meter and it flashes to 86. Okay? You hear that? Okay? So first operation we're going to do here is we're just going to go in here. We're going to leave the disc as is. And we are going to go into the expert screen. We are going to notch from 0 all the way to 40. That's what we've done. What happens? So we're still getting signal. And the meter is doing what? It's reading 86. That's all the meter reads, is 86. Now I've got iron teed off, okay? I'm gonna leave it off in this for all this video, okay? I guess I may turn it on when I put some disc in this machine, raise the disc, but you get to hear that, okay? So no problems there. Alright, so now we're going to go in here and we're going to take the notch out. Notch is out, okay? We'll re-sweep. So we hear our iron tone and we hear the signal on the dime. Next operation, we're going to go in here, raise the disc to 40. There you go. You see it there, right? Now what happens? You hear that? Now let me quit sweeping this detector and then sweep some more here. So we don't hear that signal like we were hearing it, do we? It's one-way signal. Okay, now I'm going to go back in here and I'm going to lower the disc to 20. Let's see what happens. We're still not getting the signal like we were getting running a notch of 40 or traditional set, traditional basically factory setup. Okay, back in here. Notch to disc to 13. Okay. Disc to 15. See there? Alright, let's raise the disc to 25. Let's raise the disc back to 40. So at 40 we're not getting what we were getting at a lowered 6.8 disc. You hear that? Okay, so now we're going to go back in here. We're going to lower the disc back. There's 15. You get to hear that machine. 15 discs. Alright. Disc of 10. Okay, now disc of 9. Okay. You see the difference right there? Right there, it starts working pretty good, don't it? Hear it? It's coming in faster, meaning it's boom, boom, boom. Okay, now we're going to go back and raise this back to 10. You hear that? It's like when it's hitting the target, it has to be right on top of that. It's position sensitive. Alright. First sweep of the call. What do you think your odds are of hearing that in a while at a disc of 10 versus a disc of 9? Hear that? Now we're going to lower it on back down to 6.8. Okay. See how much faster I can sweep? 6.8. I'm humming across that. Alright, now I'm going to raise it back to 10. Alright, we're going to sweep fast. What is in this machine is shorter sounding. It's more of a peck. Just to 15. Now we've lost it for all practical purposes. One-way signal. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in here and put it back to 6.8. I'm going to run the notch back to 40. 0 to 40. Okay, then we don't have any iron tone. See how fast I can sweep that and hear that target? Alright, I may try this with a nickel right quick. Okay, we're going to look at a nickel now. Look at the notch. The disc with an 11-inch call. That's a nickel and a nail. I'll show it to you here. Okay. Silencer's at 1. Steel. Okay. 6.8. No notch. Speed 3. Okay. Let you hear this. Now I've got iron tone turned off. in this exercise. Let me noise cancel the machine. Remember, iron tone is off on this one here, okay? You hear that signal? Now this is a challenge nickel, okay? But you can clearly hear that. I may not hear it real good in this camera, okay? We're going to take the disc up. There's 10. I can still hear it barely at times. Okay, and we're going to go up higher. 22. Not near the signal, it's practically gone. We'll go higher. 30. Not much there, okay? That's 30. I won't go any higher. We're going to back it back off. There's 9. I hear it now again, okay? Take it back up. There's 15. Hit and miss. One-way signal, sorta. Okay, I'm going to take the disc back to 6.8. Sweep. Two-way signal. I can hear it. It's not the best of signals now. That's a challenge. You know, we're pushing this machine. Okay, we're going to notch 0 to 40. What happens? 6.8 disc. Similar signal that I got with no notch with a 6.8 disc. Maybe you can hear that in that camera. I got this tractor on this heel up here behind me. Right, I'm going to leave the notch in the machine. Now all I'm going to do is advance the disc to 15. What do I get? Signals are gone. Okay, I don't hear anything. I'm going to lower it back. 8 for disc. I hear it again. Okay. 11 or 12. 12. One-way signal. Back to 6.8. Remember, the notch is in the machine still right now. So it's a pecking that nickel. Hear it? Okay, I'm going to take the notch out. We're at 6.8. Sweep. So I'm getting that pecking sound. The iron volume is off. I'll turn iron volume back to, I'll turn it just to 5. I hear the signal and the iron tone. Maybe you can hear that in that camera. Okay. And there's what we got, okay? That's closer to it there a little bit. You get to hear that, okay? I'm going to remove the nickel. That's an ugly nail there, boys, okay? And all we hear is iron tone. No signal of an iron tone with a nickel removed, okay? I hope you enjoyed.